Hello everybody in chat, welcome to today's live stream. I wanted to do something super duper casual today because I've been obsessed with Lego. It is still December, therefore still Lego month on the channel. Hello Joe, hello, welcome. I had a wonderful Christmas, I hope you did as well. One of the things that I got for Christmas, well I guess technically it was after Christmas, but one of my objectives after Christmas was to go to the store and get a brand new Lego set, which is what we're going to be building today. But before we get to that, I would love to know how your guys' holiday has been, whether or not the audio sounds good. Do let me know about that as well. And just what have you been up to since, honestly, yesterday, if you came to yesterday's stream, or if you haven't been here since last week. I know things have been crazy busy for a lot of folks. Tell me what you've been up to. David, you just finished Eversor Assassin. That is awesome. I bet it looks amazing. I'll probably check it out later on Instagram.
You sound fine. I'm just adjusting some music and such.
Oh, excellent. I was like, oh no, is my audio borked?
No, you're fine. I also want you going through...
Different microphone?
Let's see. I'm going to... I'm just going to leave it one because it's pointing at your face.
Hey, that works. That sounds wonderful. Hopefully that sounds good for everybody and the music is slightly adjusted. Lovely. Well, we are going to be building this brand new Lego set today. Let me tell you a little bit of story about why I wanted to get this one, because this is not one of the normal lines that I would normally pick up. However, this is for their Chinese New Year set. This is the first one I think that's out of a couple of others that are all coming out on Sunday, because I think that's the first. Whenever January 1st is, the rest of these sets are coming out. But for some reason, this particular one released on, I think technically it was Christmas Day. But we picked it up on the 26th because obviously the Lego store wasn't open on Christmas Day and we weren't going out on Christmas Day. That's silly. We were enjoying ourselves. So we went and grabbed it and I figured it'd be fun to build up today. So I noticed that it had some of the tape on there. Let's go ahead and use I like to use my mold line remover as a tape slicer because it just feels a little safer than using a blade, because I end up having a little, I get nervous when I'm using sharp objects. I have accidentally nicked myself one too many times while doing art projects. And it really makes me nervous to use a straight edge. However, there are no straight edges in this now. We just need to build some Lego. So we have our book, and then, there we go. Oh, I see we have a bot, but I think I heard that Chaos Cultist is already taking care of it, so go away. No one wants free girls. The only free girls you want to check out are the free girls that you can find on if you're an Only fanatic, in Camera, because I don't actually know if I'm allowed to say the other thing. But you guys know where to find me. Anyways, we've got some Lego to build. So we've got not too many bags. Let's get our first two. Looks like there's 4 in total. One of the main reasons that I ended up wanting to get this, other than the fact that I just like a lot of the designs for the Chinese New Year stuff, is the fact that it comes with a bunch of pumpkins. Because when I'm done with this and I don't want to have it be the tree setup anymore, because, I may get bored with that or something like that, I can now use all of these pieces in my farm and my Ren Fair. So it doubles for 2 reasons. One, because I like it and I like the theming, but also because I can multi-use the parts in multiple builds and it's going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and put these ones off to the side. Oh, it looks like oh no, that's number 4. I thought for some reason that last bag said 1 as well. And then I'm going to put my instructions in my lap to make this a little bit easier for myself. Hello, Tyler! Thank you! I'm glad you are loving the videos. All right, so it looks like, according to our instructions, bag 1 is going to be our base. Bag 2 is the bottom of the tree, as that makes sense. And then bag 3 and 4 are going to finish off the tree. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're loving seeing what I have on my videos as well as on Twitter. I admit I don't spend enough time on Twitter as much as I probably should as engaged on there. I really spend a lot of time on Instagram and putzing around on there, but I really should be on Twitter more. I'll try to be on Twitter more for you guys, share more things, talk more nonsense. Unless Twitter falls under because of, all of the bullshit with Elon. So who knows? Twitter may be gone. We have no idea. Let's open these bags. And I'm one of those people when I'm working on Lego that I need to really sort out my pieces. I'm so jealous of the way Chaos Cultist can do it. He has figured out how Lego likes to kind of part their bags because they don't seem to put the same pieces in multiple bags unless it's like really rare occasions. So he's really good at identifying pieces and finding them again. I am not. I like will sit here and if I'm looking for something red, if I have them just in, get in there, in just like 2 piles like this, I would have such a hard time finding where I need them to be. So I'm just going to separate them out by color because that allows me to then identify the shapes a little bit easier and we'll move forward from there. In the meantime, hope you guys are having a good day. How many of you are back at work and how many of you are still on vacation for the holiday? Because I know like with Christmas actually falling on a Sunday and Hanukkah, I think overlapping with it significantly this year. Like I think, is Hanukkah over now? Was it the last day? I don't actually remember now. But I know that they overlapped this year. And I didn't know if, because it was on a Sunday specifically and like people get like bank holidays and such for the 26th off, like what that meant for people with vacations and what they were doing. So let me know. And if you are back to work, did you have a good vacation? If you're still on it, what are you doing for the remainder of your vacation? I personally am kind of always on vacation and simultaneously always working. It's very weird, but I really enjoy it. It is an odd life as a content creator though. Very, very strange. All right, looks like we've got not too many different colors. I don't feel too bad about spreading out. I'm gonna probably push all the red pieces off to this side here in a moment. So one of the reasons I actually like the Friends set so much is because they use these pieces a lot. Or not these pieces, like not these shapes specifically, but these colors. Like there's a lot of this magenta color tone and there's a lot of this teal color tone. And I just think they're so pretty. And I was looking, actually literally today, I was watching a video of some upcoming sets that I think are coming out either, I don't know if they're out already or if they're new sets for Avatar, but I really like some of the pieces that they use in them because there's a lot of coral like bits that you use to build the reefs and everything that have pieces that I've not seen before in like weird colors. So like there were lavender carrots, for example. And I'm like, that sounds really cool and I really want odd pieces in those shapes. But those sets are so expensive. I don't know if it's specifically going to be like worth it. I might just have to wait for those ones to eventually get sold, like, you know, go away and then end up in like a bricks and minifigs pre-built and in parts or something, and then maybe I can hopefully get the pieces. All right, I think we are good there. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I think I'm going to keep the booklet in my lap just to make it a little bit easier for me to see what I'm doing and also make sure that you guys actually get to see the build and not have it like constantly on top of it. And we'll get started. Find some of these pieces. And this one, I feel like I will probably still panic and think that I've lost something, but I'll have confidence to know that it's there because I've yet to actually come across a Lego set that is legitimately missing a piece. To be fair, I've also not had that happen with any of the other sets that I've bought that have been non-Lego, but yeah. I know that you never take a vacation, Chaos Cultist. Neither of us do. We technically never take vacations. David, you're going back to work tomorrow? Nice. Well, at least you've had probably a decent vacation then, because I assume you probably didn't have to work a full day Friday, if you did work Friday at all. Got the full weekend, got Monday off, got today off, because today's Tuesday. I know what day of the week it is. So that's a pretty good like holiday vacation. I feel like better than I ever got when I was working retail, that was for sure. Like I got like one day off and then it was back to work immediately. That really sucked. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I'm sorry for those of you that do. More power to you. You guys are awesome. Morning, Okami Prime. Welcome, welcome. Ooh. Oh, you're working and listening to the stream. That's very cool. That's very exciting. You got the Lego The Office for Xmas DB. That's so cool. I have the same problem. So it's a really big build, right? I just built with the Chaos Cultist. We just finished the Republic gunship from Star Wars. No, I almost said Star Wars Legion. It is not from Star Wars Legion. From their Star Wars line. And it is freaking humongous. Like because of the wingspan, like it's, you know, it comes out to like here. It's like huge. It's like this big, right? And so, I mean, it's probably actually bigger. Like probably, hold on. Whoop, whoop, there. So it's like huge. Basically, we have a bunch of calyxes and it won't sit on top of it and be flush to the wall. And we can't really like angle it super well because the wings are near the back. So I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're actually gonna take one of them off because it's just held, like the wing is held on with like one large pin, right? And then I think it like kind of presses on, but it's mostly held together with a large Technic pin. So I think we're just gonna take the wing off, butt it up against the wall, and then because of the height it's gonna be at, and also how close it will end up being to the wall and the angle it'll be at, I really don't think you're gonna note. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna notice that it's missing that one wing. And that way, when we do eventually have a space where we can have it with both wings on and display it that way, we will. But until the meantime, I think that's what our plan is, because otherwise we don't know where to put it. It's just so freaking big.
It's a bit large.
Right? It's so big. Like, it's so big. And look at our clones. They're so cute. Oh, we filled it with clones. That's one of the reasons that we had been like collecting them. I mean, other than just generically we want an army build, but we decided of all of the really big sets, that was one of the ones that we wanted to like go in on, right? The two big ones that we got this year were the Lion Knight's Castle, which we did previously. And you can actually see that build still on my Instagram. There in my story highlights, I have the Lion Knight's Castle, and it's all of the various steps with some little videos and stuff in there. I want to turn it into like a full reel, but it's too many steps, so I need to like break it into parts, and I've just been lazy in doing that. And or just download them all and like put it into Premiere and do it that way. But I've been lazy, so I haven't done it yet. But the other big set that we got was the Republic gunship. And one of the reasons we had been buying so many clones recently, especially like the 501st and everything, is just so we can put them into the gunship, because you guys probably know this. We recently started rewatching the Clone Wars cartoon, and I forgot how good that like opening sequence with them being on Geonosa with, or Geonosis? Is it Geonosis or Geonosa? I can't remember now. But that planet, the gunships were just so cool. And they were filled with clones and all of the Jedi. It was an amazing sequence. Hello, Sarah Games. Welcome. Hello, Neon Paradox. Hey, at least this time, you got here at the beginning of the stream, though, instead of like closer towards the end, like I think has happened yesterday. So something else has happened. I didn't do a reminder post in the community. I did it on Twitter and all those other places, but not on YouTube. I don't know. YouTube sucks like that sometimes. It's almost as bad as OF with not actually surfacing new content creators. It's terrible. All right, let's keep building this because I've been gabbing and not actually building, and I should build while I talk to you. I just get very easily distracted, and because I like to talk with my hands a lot, it ends up distracting me from actually doing the build properly. But we're gonna work on that. There'll be some coordination, some practice, and multitasking. I need to multitask. Oh, needed time. Yeah, David, I feel you. I worked in retail for many, many years before going into content creation, and it sucked. It definitely sucked. There were some good times, don't get me wrong. I worked for a game store for a while, and that was not so bad. Like that was probably the best of those jobs that I had. But I had some other jobs that were just not enjoyable. Not enjoyable. The expected growth and like just, it was gross. We're gonna keep that. We're not gonna keep those stories around because they're boring and sad, and we don't want them. Yes, I am glad that you are here. I'm glad that you made it. We are working on the base of this, and I am needing these little gray pieces. They go at the ends, because I think this is going to hold the foundation on, of course, as we saw earlier. That's step 5, step 6. I really love, these are some of my like favorite pieces, is anything that ends up giving us some curves in Lego. I really, 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 really like anytime we get that. I'm excited to be able to use these. I assume they're going to be this way because of these studs here. Which would be interesting. Where is the fourth one of these? There it is. Sometimes they just become invisible to me because they're facing the opposite direction I'm expecting them to be. I'm so glad that your symptoms are better. I'm sad that you're still positive, but at least you are improving. I am hoping it hasn't been too bad for you, Sarah. That really sucks that you guys, like... Didn't you get that, like, right around the holidays, too? That's... I'm so sorry. What a terrible time of year to get it, too. I mean, it's never going to be a good time of year to get it. But... in a season that is meant to be jolly, I'm sure being ill does not make you feel very jolly. So... this one here, the gray one, is that the... yeah, it's a 1 by... or are you talking about the orange one, Okami? 1 by 2. 2 jump... I guess... or is it the red one that you were talking about? Because this has a little jumper on it, but it's a rounded, like, curved shape. There's a lot of small 1 by 2 pieces, if I'm understanding that correctly. I haven't gotten the full, like, nomenclature for the bricks sizes and scales fully yet. Like, I'm slowly getting it, but certain elements of the hobby have taken me a little bit longer to grok than others. All right, we've put the orange pieces on. We've got all 4 of those. So we need these other 2.
Did you figure out the jumpers?
No, you scared the shit out of me though.
That is the semicircle gray jumper.
Okay, excellent. So that was the one that we were talking about. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes, then. That is a light gray semicircle jumper. I've never seen that, actually, now that I say that. I mean, I haven't been building for that long, so I've not really gotten to explore too many of the pieces. But it's exciting. Every time I get it, like, most of the time now, at least, like, I'm sure this will slow down as time goes on, but, like, each build that I've done so far has generally had some element that's made me go, ooh, I've not done that before. That's cool. I would have never thought to do that. Which is really exciting, actually. It's one of the reasons that I like building with Lego so much, is it really allows for a lot of exploration. And technical thinking, too, which is kind of cool. I don't engage that part of my brain as often as maybe I should. All right, let's go ahead and work on this still. We've got those little black jumpers there, and then we need these yellow pieces. I struggle so much with round pieces. I don't know why. I can't remember that the little... you guys see the little offset there? So that is what ends up sitting on the stud. I don't know why. I can't remember that, but I have the hardest time remembering that. I'm telling you guys in hopes that if I verbalize it to a community, that maybe it'll sink into my own thick head. And then the next time that I'm building something with circles, I won't sit there and like spin it and struggle for like 12 minutes trying to get it on there. And I'll just remember that that divot needs to sit on the stud. That's what I need to remember. All right, we've got... okay, there is a gap there. Sometimes when I'm looking at the instructions, for some reason, even though it's generally very actually clear the next time that I look at it, but I second guess what I'm seeing in regards to the stud spacing. And it takes me a while to like really figure it out, but I think I put those on correctly. And then we just need this big hand plate. Go, and then these other 2 little pieces here. Whoop, whoop, spin. There we go. All right. Yay, we get to work with these pieces now. Those, and then 2 of those, 1 of these jumpers, and 2 of these jumpers. I guess I only need 1 of these. Oh, I guess it's... okay, I see what it's doing. I just wasn't looking far enough ahead in the actual build. That's right. Yeah, I thought it was relatively early. Or, I guess, mid December. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks. Ooh. That's really cool. No, no need to apologize or anything. I'm more just like not super versed yet in what the pieces actually are. I have a very bad memory for that, so it takes me a little while to actually memorize that kind of information. But we got it solved, so don't worry. I'm very curious to know what your monster mock is. Like, is it a big city mock? Is it like something else? Like, I'm very intrigued. Please tell me all about it. All right, I think I've got everybody up to date with their chats. I need to keep working on this then. I'm gonna go here. I get really anal about them being straight with the piece above them when you have those little 1x1s. It bothers me when they're slightly like worked to the other side. It's not good. I don't like it. All right, that needs to go there and there. Okay. And then okay, no, it is. Weird. All right. And then this is gonna go centered. Oh, I see. It's making like the bowl shape kind of step down. I didn't realize. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that it was actually stepped like that. For some reason, I thought they were more even, so I was very concerned that this like break here was not accurate. But it is. It is. So we've got that, and it needs to just go onto one side here. Lovely. I assume now we're going to do the same thing, but on the other side. I wonder why it doesn't just say ×2. I wonder if the other side's different. Not particularly looking like it. It is, though. There is one step different. Instead, we use these. Okay, so we've got those little pieces there. Are actually not needed. Don't assume things, Angela. Actually read your instructions. However, what we do need are these two pieces. So yes, to answer my own question, the stuff is very different. That's why they separated them. I should pay attention to that. Oh, you're doing a graveyard? Oh my god, that sounds so cool. That would be also the Jurassic Park idea, but with monsters would be really, really cool. I love the idea of all the minifigs running around scared. One of the things that I really liked about building the Lion Knight's castle was just the number of stories that I felt like were told through that build with the minifigs. So anytime you can like have a building that has narrative happening because of the minifigs interacting with it, I just think that's so good. This is also partially the criticism that I've heard in like Lego Masters from the Lego I guess Masters. It's really awkward to talk about, I realize, because the show is called Lego Masters. They are becoming Lego Masters, but it's also hosted by two Lego Masters who actually, you know, work as like Lego for the corporation and everything. As I think designers. I think both of them are lead designers. I can't remember what their names are right now. I watched a really long video with the gentleman that hosts the American show that was talking about like the progression of the modulars, and he just was like I don't know how often they actually cut in between takes of him speaking, but the man just fucking went. Like he was just, and it was just all like a lot of passion, but you could tell because he had been working with the company since they had like started, or at least like very early into the modulars like being a line in the way that we know them now. Like you could tell just like he was pulling from literal memories and like talking about it from like a really cool place, I just think. And it was a really, really fascinating video. But he just like kept going. And I don't remember specific like obvious cuts. It was amazing. Jamie, yes, Jamie, yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember any cuts in that video. But I also watched it like 3 weeks ago, so I don't remember like if I'm remembering that accurately. But I didn't remember any cuts, and I was just astounded because he just kept going, and it was amazing. But yes, it was definitely Jamie. Yes, I did see the James May show where they made the big Lego house. That was, I think he ended up having to like sell it. And then like, it ended up like, I think getting broken apart or something like that because it was too expensive to move or something like that. It was really tragic that nothing actually came of that house other than like that episode basically. And then some like fanfare around it for a little while, but nothing more ever like it didn't turn into a museum piece even or anything like that. Like I think it got demolished because it just, Okami, I have been watching the Australian version of Lego Masters and I absolutely adore it. The fact that your guys' episodes are like an hour and a half long, they feel like little movies. There's so much more that happens in them. I feel like it's treated more like the British Bake Off, the Great British Bake Off than like how the American side does the Lego Masters. We're on season 2. Do not spoil it for me because I don't know who wins yet. I think we're on like episode 3. We've had like 2 episodes with no eliminations, and that felt really weird. And I don't know how I fully feel about all the participants. In season 1, there was like the really obvious villain with oh holy fuck, what was his name? The guy that was really abusive to his partner. And I mean that literally. Like he was just so cruel to this man, like passive aggressively, and he thought he was hot shit. And he kept, like, they tried to make the giant DeLorean, like the full scale or the 1 to like 300th scale. Is that the correct? Did I scale it up correctly? I don't remember. Like the near life-size DeLorean he thought he could do in like 9 hours. He was the clear villain, and I don't feel like there's like a clear villain in this season. And they all seem very talented, except for like there's 2 girls who ended up not being in episode 3 because they won the previous episode and got the, like, basically were safe from that elimination challenge, that I have concerns for. Because I don't feel like they're thinking well about Lego. And I'm curious to see how far they go. I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. They were doing the shots, and yes, I forgot they did that. You know, oh, that's so cool. That is so very cool. I would be so terrified to be on that show. I should still build. Angela, don't get distracted. You're talking too much and not building enough. But yeah, I would be absolutely terrified to be on one of those shows. I think that Chaos Cultist wants to though. And I'm trying to build up the courage to like maybe try it or something if the seasons continue, because like I don't know, I feel like I am creative enough. I could come up with things, or at least like build things. I just can't talk while I'm doing it because otherwise I'll just be too slow about it. Okay, I put that there. Then this needs to go on this one. Just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly so I don't things up. Because I've definitely done that before. While I was working on the Republic gunship during the wing step, when we were building the wings, I totally had to basically take it entirely apart because I like misread something, and I think I placed like one piece early on in the wrong space, and I couldn't correct it without completely disassembling it. So that was fun and frustrating, and you know, I'm sure you guys have all been there. If you've built Lego, you've probably been there. All right, this needs to go on the back side, going like that. Oops. I have this facing the, no. Do I have that facing? No, I do have facing the correct way. I just need to push them together. All right, there we go. So that is the lower half of the bowl. We're gonna put some of these lovely gold flowers. Sorry, I just need one of these gold flowers. Screw you, other gold flower. And then we need one of these to go here. Yeah. They're gonna go here, and then these leaves go like that. It's actually looking quite pretty. All right, next we're gonna make the frame that goes on top. So we'll need one of these, two of these. Oh, really? That's a shame to hear. Yeah, I always do wonder, like, how much of what we're seeing as the audience when watching Lego Masters actually is, like, when those scenes actually happen. Because there's often times where I feel like we see in the previews, like, even on, like, the American one, Boo, hello!
Yeah, I was going to add into that. You also remember the game developer Mountain Dew challenge that happened a few years ago?
Oh my god, yeah.
All the drama the reality TV show producers tried to create with, like, Dodger and Markiplier and a bunch of people.
They do drum it up, don't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the one reason why I'm actually scared to be on that show is because I could have an abrasive personality and I don't want to know what those editors would do with it. For God.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Because they do probably, like, cut it up and chop it to make it obviously more engaging for the audience and to make the game portion, like the show portion of the builds, like, more entertaining, right? So it is very interesting to see, like, what they would do, or what, like, to see them in order, like, to see the uncut footage, like, unedited. I would love to take a trip to Legoland. I have never been to Legoland before. Like, we have a small, like, pop-up one that is in, like, our mall or whatever. Like, you know how they have Legoland stores. But one, I don't have children, so I can't go on the ride and actually see all the builds, which sucks. Because you have to have kids in order to go on it, which is so stupid to me. I mean, I get it. Legos are for children, but, like, damn it, what about those of us that are adult fans who don't have children? The humanity. But I would love to go to actual Legoland. That would be awesome. I've only seen, like, video footage of it. I've never actually been in real life. Hello, Thomas! Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. All right, we're gonna keep working on this. But yeah, no, there's a number of trips that I would love to take, and to Legoland would be one of them. Is that? Oh my god, that's so cool. All right, we got that side, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side because it's symmetrical. There it is. Excellent. Wants me to keep it positioned this way. And then finally, we need this one to recreate this side, basically. Which we can do in just a jiffy. Wonderful. Is there anything else we need to do? Ah, reinforce it. I was wondering when we were going to use these other, like, big hand pieces. So this is going to go here. I'll stabilize this a bit more. I'm always impressed with how actually stable these builds tend to be. I think there's only been, like, one or two things where I'm like, oh, that's maybe not, like, the best in design, but most things I feel like I've built have been, like, super, super cool. The back of the gunship that we just built, the back flap really wants to fly open, like, whenever it just wants to. It has a mind of its own. It's not pinned down anyway, like, there's no stud holding it in place. So I might blue tack it, actually, and see if I can get it to stay up that way without it being super, super visible. Because it just, like, flies open. I hate it. I do think they really pushed him as the villain a little too hard. Like, they really made him seem like he was not great as just a personality. And I know that they were playing it up. Like, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt of, like, they're like, oh, you've got this personality. Let's, you know, mark it up to 10, like, turn it up to 10 to 11 or whatever, and really amp that a little bit to drive the show and make people invest in what's happening to these characters, especially since he was a talented builder and actually got quite far. But like, then they got to the episode with the DeLorean, and I just want to know how much of that was his actual idea and how much of it was the producers going, yeah, you're definitely not going to finish this, and there's no way you can like correct this in time unless you go micro scale, which I guess you could have, and maybe that's something he should have done and like to totally turn it around, but I feel like that would have been worse, and so they just like had him keep going, and it felt weird. It just felt weird. Honestly, Chaos Cultist had been trying to get me into LEGO for years, but the thing that actually drove me into it was some of the more recent Star Wars ships. We specifically got one from, I think it's the Mandalorian one. He can correct me if he's still watching. But it is a small ship that I think we just ordered like a couple more of because it's a really cool build. But basically like every step had like a door or like a flap that was opening, and it's a really small one. It was only like a $40 or $50 set, I think, like that. I don't remember specifically. Let me go grab it real quick, actually. I'll be right back. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna put it here. So this is the set that I think really like solidified my love of LEGO, because we were building this one, and one of my early things like against the Star Wars LEGO was they were really gray, but they didn't use, I don't know, I didn't feel like there was a lot of greebling that made it feel broken up enough. It was just a lot of studs. Like, and I am not one of those people that likes like a huge number of exposed studs in the build. I do enjoy if you can end up having it either look intentionally textured like that, or
That's not supposed to be on the roof. That's just for storage.
Oh. Whoops. That piece doesn't belong. But this is the ship that really got me into building though, because like I said, I didn't really like just like the plain stud look. So a lot of the early ships that I had been seeing like from years before with Star Wars always looked that way, and they kind of looked boring to build. Then we got this one. This was just like a small little set that we picked up. This ship was so fun to build. Like, there was little cool elements every time we got to a new step in this. It is a dense little ship. There are like flaps everywhere. So there's like flaps here. This door opens. This flap opens. This flap opens. There's like this spinny thing on top, which is really cool. This opens, and there's like a glass, like, hold on. His gun is preventing him from spinning. Take a break, soldier. So this, well, it's supposed to turn. Hold on. Oh, I don't think it turns all the way. I think this is the appropriate amount of time it's supposed to turn. But it's got this like glass, like this clear plastic panel in there that until I put this topper piece on had spun all the way around it. It's got like, there's enough just like little elements to have texture and it still be a lot of gray, but not be boring to look at. And that was really the biggest thing for me. And so like this set really drove my like excitement. And then we started watching LEGO Masters. And I was seeing like all the cool builds that they were doing, right? And really, ultimately, what is behind my instructions? And really, ultimately, I then, from like LEGO Masters, we ended up finding Brixie and a variety of other LEGO YouTube people who all were doing city builds. And I was like, oh my God, that looks so fun. I want to do this. And so we were talking about it, and because we have a larger space now since we moved earlier this year, we were like, yeah, we have a little bit of space. We can try doing some stuff like that. And that's really what drove it. It's just like, it was kind of a collection of, we got some cool builds that really had some neat elements to it that really made the build process exciting. Then I saw the creativity that people were doing with it and all the various mocks. Cause like, as soon as we started looking into the YouTubers, we also found Bricklink and Bricks and Minifigs, and like basically this huge community of people who are all coming together to just do really awesome things together. And so like, you know, we dove into mills immediately. Like we've kind of gone hard. We've kind of got very hard into Lego, but it's been fun. Like I've actually very much been enjoying it, and it gives me something relaxing to do that still allows me to be creative and feeling like I'm building models, but it's a little bit less work than doing a full miniature, which is kind of nice to take a break from every now and then. That's why I've actually been kind of doing Lego stuff alongside the painting stuff recently, like at home, because it's just been a nice break from needing to just work on like such a super tiny scale, which is, I mean, I guess I could work on terrain, which I still really do need to, and I have some ideas for a big project for that, but we just really got into the Lego. What else do I need to do? I need to put some, we're not at that step where we connect them yet. We need to put these little things here. Actually, I kind of liked it with that cream popping down, but I guess we need to fill it in. Ooh, okay, we're gonna make a little pattern. Now, put it there. Yes. Make sure it is secure. Don't want anything separating. All right, and then we need to build a cool pattern. I love watching like time lapses of people building these kinds of things specifically that I'm working on right now when they do have these neat patterns. Because it always ends up looking so cool. It's so satisfying to see it come together, you know what I mean? This needs to go like that. Yeah, it'll do that. You'll get some flashbacks. I mean, that's kind of what happens, right? You find something and you're like, oh man, this is just super cool. Let me buy everything. I think like, I don't remember, let me see how many bricks we're up to. Do you guys have the Lego Builder app? Those of you that build regularly, and if so, do you use it or do you still just go with the book? Like, I found, like, I built 1 or 2 items using the Builder app, but mostly I just use it to track stuff. And I think I talked about this one other time, but I don't actually remember if I finished the thought completely because that happens with me a lot. But one of the things I would love Games Workshop to do is to have an app like the Builder app. I don't even need it to have the, like, I would love for it to be one of those things where you could scan a QR code in the box with the model that you get. It uploads it into, like, you're in this app, you scan a QR code, it uploads the set that you bought, the total number of miniatures that are now added to your collection, because that's the part about this app that I like about Legos. It tells me what my total pieces are that I have in my house, and it's really cool. And I love that for miniatures, especially Games Workshop, because they have such a massive catalog. I just like, and I don't need it to tell me how many individual pieces come in each miniature set. I literally just want it to be like, oh, you bought this 20-man squad of Imperial Guardsmen. Cool. You now have 20 models. So it literally is just counting the total model count in the set. But I think that would be so cool because people are obsessed with tracking that kind of stuff anyways. It would be a brilliant, like, just thing to, one, collect data on what their users are actually, like, what their players are actually purchasing and, you know, tracking and keeping hold of, and what excites them the most, because you're obviously only going to be using and tracking things with this thing, like, if you were using this kind of app, if you were really excited about it. So I want that from Games Workshop. Give that to me. I just want to be able to track my models easily and not have to, like, create my own Excel spreadsheet for it. That's all I want. All right, what else do we need? Oh no. Okay, hold on. We gotta go back because I missed some pieces. Ah, it's fine. It's an easy fix. I was wondering. I saw some orange peeking through there, and I did not know why it was there, and it's not meant to be because this needs to go there. Now, are we finished and facing correctly? Yes. Okay, cool. Though I have 2 small little pieces left, but that makes sense because normally you end up getting the 1x1s as sphere pieces. Now we need bag number 2. And we can start building this tree, which is probably the more exciting part that you might actually be here to see built. I'm gonna go ahead and take some time just to separate my pieces real quick. I'm gonna move these ones that I don't need from the old set. I love these coins. I love any time Lego gives us printed pieces. It's very, very exciting. So there's our greenery. Our dark brown pieces, our 1 random blue piece, a couple of white pieces. A bunch of gold spoon-looking pieces, which I don't know the name of, but they look like spoons to me, and/or hourglasses. For those of you that are Lego people, what is this piece called? Because I feel like I have a bunch of them. Well, thank you for following both my Twitters. I like to have a bunch of different profiles for everybody to follow across all of the social medias. No, I do try to keep that stuff separate from each other, though. Even though I do, obviously, overlap them a little bit. And we've got a couple more small pieces to separate out.
What is the piece?
What is this? Like, what is that called? Because I feel like we have a bunch of them.
I'd call it a door handle.
A door handle. Oh,
I don't know what
is that what
is, but that would be my guess.
Is that because they're always named after like what they originally.
That's why I think it might be a door handle or maybe a lever.
Ah, a door handle or a lever. All right, that makes sense. That makes total sense to me. All right, we've also got some stems. Our printed coins, because this is a money tree after all. I briefly forgot where my camera was. So I might have looked very wildly here, which is not where a camera is, but that is where part of my equipment is. Thankfully, you guys cannot see it. I'm actually really proud with where I ended up putting my camera, because originally I had it and you could see like my tripod and like the boom arm that my camera set up on, and like it was not pretty. And then I moved it over and this worked perfectly because now I can see chat really easily and you guys and still talk to you, and it's great. Some green pieces, and then look at these little pieces. Now the one thing that I thought was interesting, and maybe this is why this set came out early, outside of the other Chinese New Year sets, because I thought it was the year of the rabbit. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I feel like that was the focus in the previews and such, was like the bunny. So, but this has got a little dragon on it. So I don't know if this is just because this is a money tree and maybe like the dragon is associated with wealth more than like all the other zodiacs. But like, I thought that was an interesting take. Make sure that you have at least 2 brick separators when building. Oh, I have so many. I have a whole like little container of them in some of the light storage that we bought for separating our pieces out, which I honestly need to get more of because I've already accumulated like too many pieces. Like too many pieces for what I already currently own. I don't think I have too many Lego. I do not have enough Lego. I should always have more Lego. Please give me more Lego. I'm sorry, what happened there? I feel like something came over me and I like blacked out for a second. What was I saying? Oh yes, brick separators. Actually I don't have one. I should probably grab one. Before we continue on with bag 2, I'm gonna take a brief break to go grab 2 brick separators. I'll grab 2 of them. Because I actually don't have any here and this set did not come with one. How dare you, Lego? What if this was the first and only set I ever bought? How How would I fix a mistake I made? What are you doing? All right, but we are going to take a break very briefly. So I'll be right back, you guys. I am back. I have returned and we're going to work. I have two brick separators. I have my teal one, comes in the fronts, and I have my orange one that comes in everything else. Actually, this also could have been from Monkey Kid. Because Monkey Kid gets the cool ones too. I'm biased towards the teal color tone. It's better than the orange, but I do actually like them together. They look great. Speaking of teal and orange and purple in those all those colors that I really, really like, have you guys seen some of the new 2023 sets that are going to have the one is the video game like VR van or the streaming like versus van. It looks so good. And then there's also the bedroom sets. I actually so desperately want the Noah, I think is her name. I think that's the name of the character.
I thought Noah was a boy.
Is Noah the boy? What's the girl with the gamer room?
The blonde girl.
Yeah, the blonde girl.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. The point is that I want the blonde girl's room because it's a gaming room and like
She's a streamer.
She's a streamer. It's perfect. She has like a fake lightsaber on her, like above her bed. She's got a dog with little like wheels because his back legs are gone, and it's really cute. And there's a ramp for him to get up her bed. It's super adorable.
And she has a skull.
And she has a skull in a jar. And who doesn't want a skull in a jar in their room? Like I have skulls and bones in jars in my room. So.
I am here to address the question of who would be the better Lego builder.
Oh yes, I did see that, and I was thinking.
It's easy. It's Dorn. Dorn is the better Lego builder. Perturabo is the guy who would have the YouTube channel that would be about chucking YouTube off of like a bridge or something.
Lego off of a bridge, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So.
I completely agree. I was actually going to say that. I was like, Dorn is definitely the better Lego builder, but Perturabo is the better Lego breaker.
Yep.
Because, you know, he breaks sieges. Could you imagine, like, I just imagine Dorn, like, getting that classic yellow castle, you know, the one I'm talking about, building that, and then Perturabo just as a child coming in and just, like, kicking it and just absolutely destroying it. Except that he'd probably do it with, like, a tank toy or something. Like, he'd get one of the off-brand, like, Lego sets that makes a tank, and he would come in with that, and that would destroy the castle, and it'd be just adorable. And I need somebody to illustrate that for me, please, in, like, chibi form. That would be great. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yes, no, Dorn would definitely be the better Lego builder. All right, speaking of Lego builders, we need to get back to building this Lego. So let's get working on the tree, which looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. We need this cross piece, this little X piece, and then this, our one random blue brick, our two white bricks, and then I need two of the, nope, not that one, that, and then one little single stud. Where is, hold on. Oh, it's one of these dark brown ones. Oh my god, I hate this. Okay. Please tell me, do you see a difference between this brown color and this brown color? Because it took me like all of that time where I was struggling to go, where is this piece, to realize that's a dark brown, not the mid-tone brown. And they're really different in real life. That's the annoying thing. Certain colors in the books that they make these with, which I assume just happens to be with like whatever program they're using to do it, is really difficult to tell some of the colors apart. And it's very obnoxious because it's especially frustrating when it's on a mock that you've bought off of somebody and you're like, am I reading this correctly? Do I need that color brick? And then it turns out, no, you didn't need the dark brown, you actually needed the black. Or you didn't need the light brown, or the medium brown, you needed the dark brown. But yes, I think all of you are correct. Dorn is definitely the better Lego builder. Maybe if the Emperor had given more Lego sets, the Primarchs, Logar would not have had to join the oh my god, you're right. Maybe, I agree. You know, maybe if the Emperor had just been a better dad in general to his sons and maybe communicated with them, even a smidge, even just like the tiniest amount, most of these problems could have been solved. But I think Lego sets would have really done them some good. Like, could you imagine all the Primarchs as I mean, they weren't around. They were never really, like, children for that long, really, were they? They should have had some Lego sets. They should have definitely grown up with some Lego sets. I think that's 100% accurate. All right, we need to put that on. We need to then put these pieces on. And then this goes in between. Yes. These white ones are on the side here, and then this goes in the center. And we've created a little foundation, I assume, for our tree. I wonder what, like, I wonder when Lego has these random bricks that are clearly meant to be hidden and not seen at all by, like, once the build is complete. I wonder what makes them choose which colors to use. Are they picking something that just they happen to have laying around because they had excess of them from a previous set and they just go into like a bin for random assortment? Or do you think like it's intentional? Like they're like, ah, yes, we must use this blue color in this build and it has to be that color. Like, or is it just like, oh yeah, we have a bunch of those left over, just use it, whatever. I'm kind of curious. Because I feel like a lot of what they do is very intentional. That's why I'm wondering. Like if it was a different, like if I hadn't experienced like those choices seeming explicit, I wouldn't be asking. And I don't know if it's something any of you have ever thought about. Hello, Squawktopus? I love your name, Squawktopus. Hello! I am doing super well. I hope that you're doing super well. I hope your holiday has been lovely. We are building a money tree today out of Lego. I hope you are ready for some excitement. I have been mostly gabbing and talking with my hands and not actually building my Lego. But you know, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. I need 2 of these and 2 of these. Yes, excellent. And then we need some more of those little dark brown bricks. I can see the color difference better now. Maybe I was just blinded by the light because I do have a light literally surrounding me on all sides. So every time I look up at you, I slightly blind myself. You do think it is? Okay, I was wondering about that. I was like wondering if it's like has something to do with their distribution or just like overproducing or underproducing or whatever's happening. But I'm assuming it would mostly be overproducing. That's cool. All right, we got that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just don't force it because you almost tried to, Angela. And then we also need 2 of these. It's going to create a nice rounded, I'm assuming, truck for us on this tree. So this needs to go here. Excellent. And then this one goes here. No. Is that right? No, it does seem to be attaching to that. That does go there. Okay, I have this in the correct position. What am I doing wrong? Go. No, I didn't go on the wrong side. Maybe if I spin it facing me, I will actually. Oh, I just popped the other side off. No, I'm breaking it. All right, don't touch that side. What am I doing here? There we go. It's just a little bit of a tight fit. Well, that doesn't round the trunk at all, but it does create a neat shape, so I'll take it to Lego. Now we need pumpkin leaf. Bam. And then it's going to be a lot of putting pumpkins on some trees. Oh, the Imperial Palace in Lego would be amazing. I would love to see. They never will. At least not like immediately. However, I would adore seeing some like Warhammer. Whoa! Some Warhammer Lego. Like, I've seen mocks that people have done of like dreadnoughts. I've talked a number of times about the God, I don't even know what I searched. I think I just searched like, I think I just searched Warhammer Lego. found a really cool like diorama piece that somebody had done using a great unclean one. And I've seen, I think, like some other vehicles, like some Space Marine vehicles maybe, of mocks. And I haven't looked into like what you need for them or anything like that. However, I want to do that so badly. I think it'd be just so cool. Like, it'd be so cool. And I would love, like, I don't know if this is a big thing or what kinds of paints I would need for it, but I would love to do a, like, repaint of a minifig to create, like, the Primarchs as minifigs or some Space Marines or something like that. I just think it'd be really, really cool. I'm sure that's been done somewhere by somebody. I just think it'd be rad. This needs to go. I put this totally in the wrong peg. It's annoying. There we go. Let's do that one. And I guess it doesn't need to be. I can do whatever I want. It is my choice. But I'm trying to follow the instructions properly, because they have a plan. Did I do that correctly? This one. Make it face the way that the instruction is telling you to, Angela. Pay attention. That helps hold that down. Cute. I assume this goes on to one of... Oh, we're not done. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're not done. So we need this. We want to do that, and then we're going to stick this. Cute. Love it. And then we also are going to do the same thing. Explains why we have so many of these door handles. Oh, a 2-scale golden throne would also be amazing. And then there's also this. Lovely. Now we get to put it on here. Oh, shoot, we need 2 of those. Well, shit. Okay. Let me just create another one real quick. I love when it tells me that I need 2 of them at the end. I'm like, I really wish I would have known that at the beginning, because then I would have just been prepping 2 of them simultaneously. I guess I should always read the full instruction before I'm done, but, you know, whatever. I'm gonna blame Lego. And not my own not reading. We needed 2 of those. We needed 1 of those. I believe that is everything. Alright, let's build the second one. That, and then we can push this in like so that it will never leave this tree. And then we will come over here and do this. That. Secure it. And then we need to put both of these on. Coin goes there, and this little guy goes on the end. I don't like how far that's sticking out, so we're gonna move it down. I don't think I want the little peg sticking up. But kind of like seeing a little bit of the gold hanging beneath it makes it look a little bit more like it's actually tied on to the tree rather than being like wedged into it. Now we can actually put these on, and these are gonna go... No! Okay, gently. Got that one back on. Let's get this one back on. Okay. Now, with a bit of gentleness. Boop. Boop. I like it. It's coming together. Yes, and that looks accurate to the picture. I agree. I'm glad I'm not the only one that doesn't like it when Lego does that, of like, please just tell me I need 2 of them from the beginning, which is weird. Okay, it's weird because I feel like sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It's really dependent on what set it is, and I don't know like where the actual difference lies for them on like a logistics level. I just realized this is a newer set, and I really thought Lego was supposed to be switching to the paper bags, but I guess this was not one of the ones that was getting that treatment. I wonder if the other ones will. Like, I don't know when that's supposed to begin. I know that I feel like, what was I watching? I think it was the Avatar video. I was watching somebody review the Avatar Lego sets this morning because I don't think they're out. And one of them, I don't know if all of them, but one of them came with the new paper bags. And it was weird. I'm sure I'll be fine with it. It'll just be different. But like, I was kind of expecting this one to have that and they did not. I'm going to be curious to see how people actually feel about that, because then you don't get to see the pieces because they're, you know, it's a paper bag. You're not going to be able to see through it. So yeah, it just like, I'm going to be very interested to see how the community really reacts to that change. Like, I know some people are going to be very excited because obviously Lego produces a lot of waste with all of their plastic. So this is helping reduce some, but will it, like, over time though, will people still really enjoy that or not? I know there's already like, I guess weirdness isn't the right word, but I know people are like a little sad that the blind box, like minifig series, like the collectible minifig series, are now going to be in cardboard boxes rather than bags. So you can't like feel them, which I've not done myself because I've not been in collecting Lego long enough for like that collector vibe to really hit. Like, I've bought some of the most recent, like the current set, so 2022 or 2023, I can't remember now. But prior to that, I never was collecting, so I have not experienced like the whole trying to figure out what's in there before you buy it. I don't know if I'd want to do that though anyways. I always kind of feel weird about that, because like the whole point of blind boxes is for it to be a surprise. And I always felt bad ruining like the packaging. Because, you know, the more you crinkle it, the less somebody's going to want to buy it, because they're going to be like, oh, well, something's happened to this. What? I don't want it. I don't want that package. It'll look weird. And then it never ends up getting bought. And then, like, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it feels sad. Where is this going? This needs to go here? Am I doing this correctly? Okay, hold on. Where's the front? This is the front. Goes. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Because mine is not actually matching up with this. What did I do wrong? Oh, I put you too far forward. That's why you were running into that. There we go. Good Lord. Okay. Corrected. That is now correct. I was worried. I was like, what did I fuck up? Just the positioning. But now we look good. And I'm happy with that. Oh. This, I guess, goes here. Like so. Perfect. And then we need some of these brown pieces. Yeah, I'm not really sure either. I do remember them saying that. I thought that they had also said the majority of the new sets were going to have them already, but maybe that was just rumor. and I'm just remembering the rumor. The most difficult build, to answer your question, Carl, is... I would say the most difficult build I've had so far was maybe the Lion Knight's Castle, only in that it was super huge. Same thing with the gunship. Like, it wasn't... I have not found any of them super difficult. I have found some of them a little bit boring, and I found some of them, on occasion, frustrating. But most of that frustration was more so because of my own misreading of the instructions, and rather than, like, anything that the build itself did or, like, the set itself did. It was just more of a, oh, I completely misread that, put that piece in wrong, now I have to completely undo what I just did. I guess the most difficult thing I would say I've built is one of the Technic sets. I've only built, like, 1 or 2 of them. I think I've only actually built 1. It was a tiny little construction vehicle, like the forklift. And I built that, and it was challenging because there were points where certain elements of the build were very loose and they weren't super stable yet. And I had to, like, hold pieces awkwardly as I was building it. But then as soon as it got stabilized, it was, like, rigid and it was just there and it didn't move, and I was very impressed. And because of the, like, mechanical part was just super, super cool about that. But yeah, Technic I think has probably been the most difficult thing I've done. Outside of just sheer volume of the pieces. Oh my god, I can imagine the Silent King, especially from a disabled, like, accessibility perspective, could probably be very, very challenging. Like, Necrons in general are very, like, they have a lot of spindly pieces, so they are very delicate, and I can imagine, like, especially if you, like, I don't know, like, if you have, like, grip problems or, like, hand or handshakes or anything, but I know, like, sometimes when I'm building pieces in mine, like, if I'm getting, like, really nervous about it, or I just have, like, low potassium that day, my hands will shake a lot, and it becomes very challenging to, like, put some of those delicate pieces together. I can only imagine, like, if you had something more severe happening, that would be, like, make it even worse. Oh, yeah, miniature building, like, as much as I feel like it's super accessible, sometimes it's not. And the same thing with, like, other products. The nice thing about Lego is because it is geared towards kids a lot of the times, the pieces, at least I feel like, aren't so, like, crippling small. Now, I could be wrong on that because I have small hands. But at least I feel like it's a little bit easier to work with sometimes than building models. I need these 2 pieces, actually, before I continue going on with this. So we need to go, like, is it? Yes. And then I believe this is going to go here. Ah, that's cool. I like that. And then I assume we're doing the same thing on this side. Yes. Perfect. That looks amazing. We have another branch to build. I'm going to assume... Oh! Okay, see, this time it told me 2. Did it do that before and I just, like, overlooked it? It did. I'm sorry, Lego. I should just read your actual instructions instead of assuming your instructions and then getting up frustrated when I find out at the end that I need to make 2, when clearly, in a small square, you told me that I was already making 2 of them. I don't know if I'm familiar with the Thunderfire cannon. You needed a... Oh, because it was metal. Is that why? Because it was one of the old Forge World metal ones? That sounds intense. Like, I've not built anything quite that large, miniature-wise. Like, I actually have a couple of really large things that I've built, but the closest that I've done is... Did I even build that? I don't think I have. I think Chaos Cultist has built our 2 largest models. Because he built our knights. And then he built the Gargant. And I think he built the Monolith, which I think are, like, the 3 largest miniature models that I've ever assembled, like outside of, I guess, the Tamiya plane and tank. Those are larger. But like in regards to the GW stuff, like those are the 3 biggest, and I didn't assemble any of them. So I've never actually built anything that large. Hammer is a good motivator. That is very true. All right, let's keep doing this. We need these, all of these pieces here. And probably these, and these, and these, and 4 of these. And probably some of these as well. All right. Starting with the pumpkins. Doing it 2 at a time this time. Don't put that in yet, Angela. You're jumping ahead. No, this one goes in the center. How fancy. Okay, that one's in. Let's get the other one on. Realized I should make sure I'm still on screen. I think I was talking about it during the Star Wars Let's Play last week, but I agree with you, David, that they have completely come really far since when we were kids. Because, I mean, they've come really far even since like 10 years ago. Because I remember one of the reasons that I had a hard time getting into Lego a couple, like, even just like 7 or 10 years ago was because some of the sets that were coming out at the time just didn't look super impressive to me. And it's one of the reasons that I talked about earlier in this live stream with the Star Wars tanks, of how I kind of felt like they were a little bit boring because of their just like gray on gray on gray stud design. I didn't really feel like they were innovating them too much. And recently they just announced that the bomber that's coming out for the new TIE Bomber. And I saw a comparison video of the old TIE Bomber with the new TIE Bomber. And holy cow, the upgrade is intense. Like, the just look of the piece, as well as like, I don't know specifically like if they were basing their original TIE Bomber design off of a very simplified thing out of Clone Wars, or I don't know what, but it just didn't look nearly as impressive as the new one. And I really hope they do that with the Ghost. I really want the Ghost to get a redesign. I hope it comes back in Ahsoka, because I don't, like, for those of you that have watched Rebels, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember the Ghost being destroyed. I thought Hera still had it, and or that Ezra went off with it. I don't remember now, but I thought the ship survived, and I'm really, really hoping that with the Ahsoka show, considering Hera's going to be in it, Sabine's going to be in it, and Ezra's going to be in it, that like we're going to get Ghost. And if that happens, I want Lego to make a new one. Speaking of ships that I want Lego to make, I just finished Andor today. So good, can't wait for season 2. I want the ship, like the stealth ship that Luthen runs around in. I want that in Lego so bad. I also want a bee. Like, I just need a little minifig version of him in the same way that they have R2, D2, and C-3PO. Need bee. I think that'd be so cute. Let's get, this needs to go here. Focus, focus, focus. Good there. We need this little green piece to secure everything. There we go. All right, they're now both at that step where we need to put the coins on. Oh, you've actually built a Forge World Warlord? That's really cool. Holy shit, 14 months to build and paint? That sounds intense. It does sound like a labor of love, an intense labor of love. Probably totally worth it. But my goodness, that does sound like crazy. What chapter did you end up painting it for? Or what legion, I guess? I'm just double checking my instructions because it just feels very recessed, but that is correct. Those are the positions it wants them in. So those are the positions we're going to put them in. It just felt very hidden. Is it even asking? Yeah, no, it's totally... No, it's on this one. Okay, that's why. I was like, this looks so far back. It's going on this one. I'm just silly. I'm just being a silly lass. Also breaking this. You can go on there. Okay, cool. And where do you guys sit? We've got our piece facing this way, and then one of them closes this. Yep. Alright, and I think this one is here. Why don't you look even? There. That's better. Because I assume those need to be flat. Like they're meant to be even, and it looked a little uneven to me. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. Have I seen pictures of this before on your page, or have I not seen this yet? I need to look it up now, or I need to see if you have photos of it, or I would like to request photos sent to me of it because it sounds cool, and I'm very excited. And the end of Rebels, Hera and her son with Kanan Jarrah's fly. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought Ghost was still like an existing ship. So provided it hasn't been exploded in the meantime, I expect it to be in Ahsoka, and I demand that LEGO make me a new version of it because I don't like the old version. I don't know. I don't really like the design of it. It wasn't super enticing to me. So I would like to humbly request a new one. Because, I mean, clearly I need to throw more money at LEGO. What's happening? Oh, hold on. I am skipping a step. Chill out, Angela. You have these two pieces. And then we have these two dark brown pieces, which are going to stack on top of each other and go in this center. Understood. I was like, wait a minute, I've done something wrong here. This looks more full than it actually is on my page. Let's make sure we have this angled correctly. So you are going here. Ow. Oh, do you accidentally pinch yourself in between two pieces of Lego as you're like pressing them together? Because, good lord, I do that all the time. Okay, you are not sitting wrong. What did I do wrong? What is happening here? I just want to get... Okay, that's on there. I don't think there's actually anything wrong other than I think I just smushed my finger between it and didn't actually get it pressed down fully. I'm going to see if I can get this piece back into place without absolutely wrecking everything. Which seems this time kind of unlikely, please. We did this before. There we go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. My tree is coming together, and I'm very pleased with it. This now needs to face this way, and then this goes here. Lovely. And I think with that, we're on to bag 3. It's only taken me far too long to build this, but it's okay. We've been having a great conversation and just talking about Lego and cool things, and I appreciate you all being here. So thank you for that. Was it in Rise of the Skywalkers? You know, I had totally forgotten that, and because I don't really remember those movies super well because I didn't really like them much. Of all of the movies Star Wars has made, not counting any of the like holiday specials or that kind of thing because I've never watched any of those. But like of the core plot-driven movies, those were the worst. Although I did like Rogue One. I'm one of those people that like Rogue One. Which I guess, was that part of the main 3? Or was that one of the side ones that they did? Whatever, that's the only one I liked from that era. Got some browns, got some of our dark browns. Let's get these all separated out like is standard for me. So that I can find pieces better. Even though it still takes me a while. But it does help. It really does help speed it up. I like how much plant life we got in this one. This one seems all about the actual, like, foliage. Foliage. I don't know why I said it weird like that, but I just wanted to. Let's just put all of these pieces together because we know that they go together. And we'll just shove all those there because, again, we know that they go together. I'm going to switch you over there, and let's go. We need 4 of these. Okay. I'm learning to read my Lego instructions. Pay attention to the number of things that it's telling me that I need. All right. Bam. 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 Oh, that's so cool. Does it appear in Rogue One, too? Clearly, I need to rewatch these movies. I'm watching enough stuff right now, though. We'll save those for another time. Right now, I still need... I wrapped up Wednesday. I wrapped up Rogue or Andor. Now I need to finish watching the Clone Wars. That is my next priority outside of Lego Masters. Because I need to finish season 2 of the Australian Lego Masters. I just finished season 1 or season 3 of the American one. So I saw the finale. Did I see the finale? Yes, I saw the finale. Yes, I remember now. It was a pretty good ending, actually. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you haven't watched it yet, but I thought it was a pretty good show. I look forward to season 4. I'm hoping they have slightly better challenges. I feel like the challenges this season were not the best, if I'm honest. Like, I really did not give a crap about the go-kart one, like where they did the racing one. I understood why they did it. I also understood why they waited so long to do it, because they didn't want to have like 6 teams running on the track. They just wanted to have the 2. But like, I don't know. I don't think it worked. Just my opinion, but I don't think it worked. All right, we've got one of these. Okay, we need 4 of these because this is still a 4-part step. Okay, I was just making sure that I was on that same step. We need this here. You are going on the frontmost. So like so. Makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. Nice and even. Nice and even. And finally, nice and even. Oh, and then we're securing it. Firmly. As you do. After that, it is 4 of these. And I'm assuming... Ooh, we only have 2 coins. Interesting. We have 6 total of the little dragon. Oh, I put you on upside down. It's probably blasphemous. Or at least rude. Alright. Well, the other one's all correct. Yes, I just messed up that one. I probably knocked it off and wasn't paying attention when I put it back on. Let's get these guys on. Try to speed this up a little bit. Do you like it? Like the design that they did? Because I'm not a huge fan of the like the original design that they did for the ghosts in Lego. I mean, obviously you must if you bought 2 of them, Okami. At least that'd be my assumption. Okay, so we did 4 of those. Oh, and now they just go on. Cool, so we don't even do any points. These are all going to go... Yes. Oh, it's coming together so well. I really do like how they end up dispersing their branches and really making it look like a more full tree. Like, this is looking so cool. All right, from here we need one of these and one of these gray pieces. Does it look like we're just building one? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Wait, when this happens. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Sometimes I have a little bit of a hard time getting the 1x1s separated off of a 1x2. But that went smoothly. I like placed it askew and it did not want to twist. Sometimes they do not want to spin and it drives me nuts because it's like they're not even and it just kills me. All right, we need another one of these. It's gonna go this way. So like, whoop. So we've created that. Next, we need this here. I wonder if we're going to be needing another one of those gray pieces. Oh my god, we do need 2 of them. Those, one of these, and one of this. Okay. This. That. And then create a little L. Like this. Fill in space. Cool, perfect. And from there, we have now created a square. And I assume this is what more of our little dangly bits are going to go onto. The talismans and the monies. And or possibly the fruit, who knows? Or I'm completely wrong, it just goes in the center. Okay. Well, that has nicely stabilized everything. I dig it. Dig it. Tree's coming along pretty well, don't you guys think? I am personally quite pleased. Oh, that's how you're filling it. Fancy. Okay. I like it. So the reason we put those gray pieces in is because these are going to end up hooking onto them. And that's how they're filling in the tree. I thought it looked more full on the box in this area than I thought it was looking now. And I was wondering how we were going to get there. Okay, so we need 2 of these. How many of these are we making? 2 each. Okay, so 2, 2. I don't know why they're slightly different from each other. I think, yeah, these ones have the little red talismans on them, and I think the other ones are going to have the coins. Yes, that is accurate. So we will just separate out all of our pieces because we can probably do these roughly simultaneously. Those are going to be spare. That's going to be spare. And I bet you're spare. Okay. Let's get to making. Are they both in the same position? We can, in fact, do this simultaneously, which I enjoy. I like when we can do that. Where's my other? Yep. And there we go. Go here. that in firmly. Don't want it going anywhere. Now, do we? I do not know the next time I'm going to be playing Darktide. I know this week we're planning on doing a variety of different streams, one each day. Today is obviously a Lego themed day, but it's entirely possible that we'll come back to it. I try to make some minor announcements just before we go live about what's happening, but that is about it so far. You know, I will try to get back and make a post about that at some point if we are going to be playing Darktide, or to let you guys know when we're playing Darktide again, but I'm not 100% sure when that's coming up. Alright. Okay, so we've got all of the little pumpkins. Are these meant to be tangerines? They're probably not pumpkins, obviously, because pumpkins don't grow on trees. So I don't know what fruit this is specifically meant to represent for the money trees. But I assume it's like some sort of citrusy fruit, right? And then this is gonna go here. Love it. And this. Just goes like this. Bam! So, oop. That. Alright, there we go. I dig it. And then this one, I think needs to go here, because I want it on the opposite side. Perfect. Beautiful. And then finally, the coins will go on the other. And I'm hoping I can wrap this up in like 15 minutes. We're gonna speed through the final portion of this build. That is my plan. I am ready, I think, to call it here soon. I guess that would be 2 hours, right? At 3 o'clock? Am I doing math correctly? I started at 1. That would be 2 hours, yes. You guys go down further. No, that is as far as you go. Alright. I just want to make sure that all of my little pieces are nice and visible. I feel like this is getting a little run into. There we go. Lovely. Lovely little tree. Okay. We're not done yet. There's actually still quite a number of pieces in this little bag, so we need to build up the trunk some more, because we have one more layer of leaves. The set that I'm working on right now, Sergeant Fubar, is the new, just released this month, literally a few months or a few days ago, the Money Tree 40648. It is part of Lego's Chinese New Year's sets. There's a variety more of them coming out on January 1st, I believe it is. There's a little parade that looks amazing, and I cannot wait for all the figures in it. That's the main reason I'm getting it, is because I just really want all the figures, but I also think the parade itself is delightful. And because I have so much of the Monkey Kid stuff, it's going to totally fit with my aesthetic that I plan on having over time in the full build for the... I'm just double checking that where did those pieces go on? Okay, I have not added those pieces yet. These go here on the corners. Make sure they're even. But yeah, so this is the Money Tree set. And it goes with all my Monkey Kid stuff, which I really, really like. And I'm very excited for the new Monkey Kid stuff that's coming out. Although there's a couple of them that I'm going to wait on until like a little bit later. Just in regards to when I pick them up. These all go in these gaps. Makes a huge amount of sense. then after that, I'm assuming I need these last 4 pieces to secure them all together so that they're not all wibbly wobbly. Okay, so this is here. These are meant to go here and on the opposite side. And then these final 2 dark pieces go there and there. Here it is. I think it's really funny that we used this big Technic piece. We didn't actually use like a peg to like secure it or anything. It's just, oh, I guess maybe we did. I lied. I just forgot. I forgot we used that one brown peg. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that it was like, are these meant to represent the nuts then? Is like that's what the pumpkin piece is meant for? That's really cool. No problem, Rock. I am happy to explain. Anytime. David, a 10-hour shift? I just saw that. Holy crap. You have a wonderful like rest after your incredibly long shift. I hope you have a wonderful like sleep and great day afterwards and you get some full rest. Enjoy yourself and I will see you next time. Thank you for hanging out with me while you were here. I really, really, really appreciate that. We have 1 bag left, you guys. I blew past the page where it told me to open it. That's okay. We know how to do that. We're going to push this thing aside. We're going to separate our pieces. It is a lot of the same pieces that we are familiar with, so this should not take us too long. And I assume the steps are going to be roughly similar too. All right. It's going to be like the top of our tree. Got a few more branches left, a few more leaf pieces. Got a bunch of a bunch of pumpkins in the other bag. I had no idea they... Hello, Moezo. Moezo? Am I saying that? Moezo? I'm going to hope that is pronounced correctly. Hello and welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. I just dropped my instructions. We'll pick those up in just a second. Push those over there. I'm now concerned this is one of the ones from this set. I'm going to keep it over here. Thankfully, I have a ton of these gold pieces, so I'm not super worried if I'm misplacing one, but try not to... Oh, I just realized that we have 2 different types of gold. This is actually that nice matte gold, which I feel like I wish they'd use more. Because I think it's prettier. It actually looks more metallic than this gold. Like, does that not look actually... Like, look at it! You can see it on the camera! It's so much shinier. It's a prettier color. I wish they did more of the knight's armors in that color tone. That's really what I want. There's that, and then there's this bag, which does not have a huge amount in it. It's mostly pumpkins and leaves. Goes there, because they're going to go together. Some more leaves. And we're good. All right, let's get this final bag complete. I'm going to try to speed do it in like 10 minutes. All right. Babe, we need this. We need this. We need 2 of these. We need this green piece. This faces this way. Our green piece goes here. I see. This is how we're finalizing our tree trunk and making sure it's fully secure. Go here. Here. Oh, jack-o'-lantern mask. That sounds so cool. I have 2 jack-o'-lantern masks because of the Legoland near me actually has those little blisters of Lego figures that they put together, little minifigures, and one of them for the Halloween season was a just scarecrow with a little jack-o'-lantern hat, and it was cute. I loved it. Okay, we've got our little rod in. That is complete. Now it's time to build some leaves. All right, we're building 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. Aren't you guys proud? We also need some of these coins. And these little door handles. I need 8 of these, actually. I can't read at all. Holy cow. I need 4 of those. I got 4 coins. I need 4 of these. We got those. They were already in my pile. All right, we have all of our pieces. Let's go. First and foremost, this goes like this. I'm just going to put every single one of these with a thing on them because that is exactly what it's going to ask me to do. No matter what step it ends up having it happen at, this is the end result. So we're just going to do it to all of them. I'm going to throw them very dramatically. All right, so we've got it positioned this way. I want the little leafy part to stick out. And we're going to do this 4 bloody times. All right. That. Like that. That. Where do you end up getting most of your minifigs, Okami? Or actually, this question goes to anybody in both the comments on YouTube later on or in chat currently. When it comes to minifig collecting, do you just buy like sets in order to get them out of that? Or do you go through like brick links or buy them online through some other sites? Do you go to your local Lego reseller? What is your go-to, like where have you found the best place to grab more minifigs when you're building scenes? And how do you decide what things you need when you're building your mocks, if you do that kind of thing? Because like, I go in and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm gonna look for minifigs. But then I kind of get like paralysis when it comes to, like choice paralysis when it comes to, okay, but what am I actually looking for? And I think it's just that I'm not planning enough. But sometimes I'm not really sure how fully to plan. Like, do you wait when you're building a mock until you're done with the building portion and then you're like, okay, now I'm going to fill out a story? Or do you build it as you go in the same way that like a Lego set is kind of pre-planned in that way? And for these, we need to get them all attached. Merzo. Okay. Merzo. I will try to pronounce that more accurately next time. So sorry for the mess up there. I did not realize that actual money trees, like, that they actually produce like a fruit. It's really cool. I learned something new today. All right, happy with that. It wants me to shove this onto this one. That must be our connection point. Love it. I'm gonna pull this tree out like immediately. It'll be amazing. Okay, and where do they go? Where do I attach them? I assume it's on the brown. Yes. Great. Yeah. Let's get those on. Aw, satisfaction of feeling like it's almost complete. Yes. Oh, I knocked that out. Hold on. Fix it. Oh, is that why? No, that's correct. I don't know why that looks weird. It's looking beautiful. I'm very pleased. We are not done yet, though. We need to put this here, like that. Perfect. Looking good. Holy cow. This goes here. Technically, it goes like that. Keep it facing the correct way. We need 4 of these, 4 of these, and then these. It's gonna go on the top. I am all about. I do like being on top. For any of you those that got that. Mostly sets. Okay, that was kind of how I've been doing it mostly as well. Like I specifically, for example, am going to buy a ton more of the I just put almost all of those on upside down. I will correct that here in a second. One of the reasons that I want to get some more of the 3-in-1 castle set, other than the fact that I want to build the other things that the 3-in-1 castle makes, is also because I just want like more knights, and I figured that'd probably be the most cost effective because I actually want to use those pieces. Like I feel like that's where I've been struggling, is like, do I buy them for the ones that I don't really care about? Like, do I buy a set for the pieces in it, even if I don't really care about the set? For example, I like the avatar sets for the pieces, don't really care about the minifigs. Like, I don't have anything wrong with them, I just have zero passion for avatar. So I don't really mean anything to me, but like, I think they're fine. Like, I think they look great for what they are. I don't know. I'm debating whether or not I want to get them, because they're expensive. That IP, you know? And for that IP license and those big flat plastic panels. All right, that looks fantastic. And it's basically done. We then need to put this on top. I think it's supposed to sit on there, but I'm not 100% sure how. Let me build the thing proper though first, before we actually shove it on top and then start pressing other things down onto it and causing problems. All right, this needs to go there. We're basically making a little roof. A little tiny top of our tree. I guess it's like the fluffy bit at the top of a tree, and this, yep, in fact does just press down onto those leaves. That looks really good. Okay, now we need to build 2 little like decorative pieces. So we need these remaining. Why do I feel I just must have spares. Okay, I'm gonna just assume I have spares and I didn't mess something up. Nothing's missing. Everything's hanging correctly, so I don't think I did anything wrong, but I'm like mildly paranoid because I have 2 of these spare and I don't know. I was expecting to only have 1, so I'm mildly paranoid, but we're gonna try to move on and just finish this because we are in fact almost done. This kind of looks like a boat. And I like that. It's pretty. Really like this shiny gold so much. Beautiful, and then all right, let's build the other one real quick. I wonder how easily it scratches. I guess I could just inspect them. How? Yeah, there's some minor scratches on them. Like this one has a little bit. Is that scratch? Yeah, it's a little bit of a scratch, but not too bad. Do you know sometimes, like with metallic paints, when you're painting, it can scratch off a lot? Oh, it's literally chestnut fruits? I didn't realize. I forget that chestnut. I knew that. I don't know why I didn't. Of course, they do kind of have a chestnut shape, don't they? I didn't realize that that's what it was. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to like read up on more on that. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, we built those. I don't know where they go yet. They go on the back. Here. I wonder why they go on the back. That seems... I guess it's just to add further decor. I dropped my instructions. Ah! Okay. Angela. There you go. Bam! And I think with that... Haha! We did it! We did it, everybody! We built a money tree. I actually really, really like it. I think it's very cute. I especially enjoy these gold pieces in the back here. Like I said, I really just like the finish on them. But it does actually make them stand out nicely from these coins, which I do think that sort of greedy gold color tone works for the coins really well. Well, let me know what you guys think down in the chat and also in the comments later on YouTube. I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a smidge longer. We nailed it! Oh my god, I ended it exactly 3. I finished it right on time. I'm so proud of myself. Go me. Okay, I'm feeling very positive about this. I'm very pleased. My money tree looks amazing. I knocked off the boat part. Ignore that. It still looks amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you for coming to this week's stream. We're going to have another one tomorrow, probably around the same time, 1 o'clock. I think that's working for me this week. And it also just frees up my morning a little bit for me. I have not decided what I'm doing tomorrow. I might either be playing some more Lego Star Wars. There's a chance that I could build more Lego. I might do a hobby stream. I haven't really decided, like I said, but you'll see announcements coming up as we get closer to the time when the live stream is going to happen. In the meantime, thank you guys so very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, first of all, hello, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the stream after it's already happened. I do enjoy seeing your guys' comments post the streams being live, and let me know what other kinds of things you'd like me to stream going forward. I am wanting to continue to expand that. I don't think we're going to be doing so consistent of streaming afterwards, but it would be something I'd be curious to add more content to later on down the line, so I'd love to know your thoughts. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!